Ladies and gentlemates, we are in for a different type of video today. Today we are doing a major predictions video. That is right, guys. The Birmingham Major is right around the corner, and we are going to be doing a prediction video on who I think is going to win the Birmingham Major. So for those who don't know, the Birmingham Major is happening tomorrow, right? And I will be streaming on my Twitch tomorrow, watch partying the whole thing. So make sure you're there, make sure you tune in, link in the description. And while you're in the description, go check out my coaching. And while you're down there, go leave a comment, right? Let me know who you guys think is gonna win, okay? But $350,000 on the line, a bunch of RLCS points, and a bunch of good games right ahead of us. Let's just dive into the predictions. All right, so if you've never watched a regional or an RLCS fin ever in your life, this is a Swiss format. So pretty much what it means is each team needs to win 3 times before they lose 3 times, right? Simple enough, right? But let's just hop into these predictions because I want to talk about it, okay? Because everyone thinks that Casey's going to come in here and kick everyone's butt, but look, I'm going to be honest. It's not going to happen. I don't have Casey winning this. And I'm going to go through, I'm going to try and explain to the best of my ability what I think is going to happen, right? But even though I'm talking about Casey not winning the whole thing, they're just going to be wildcard, right? I'm going to be honest. Wildcard are good. They're a solid team, but I just don't see Carmi not 3-0ing. I don't know. Those who don't know, Wildcard is the X-Power team of Fever, Torsauce, and Banana Head here. Jimma is coach. And they did some damage at Worlds. They beat that Gen G roster of First Killer Chronic and I was about to say LJ, First Killer Chronic, and Appjack. But I don't know. Carmine is the best team in the world right now. I just don't think you can have them at worst a 3-1. But since this is Buchel's format, 3-1 doesn't even matter, right? The only thing that matters is Carmine actually gets this win. So we're gonna have this Carmine 3-0. Now, Energy Gen G is a fun one, right? Shout out Reddles, shout out Daniel, shout out Beast Mode, shout out everyone, right? Love both these teams. But even with Gen G winning that last regional and both of these teams being the only 2 regional winning teams in North America so far this split, I just don't think you can look at Energy and say with confidence that they're going to lose to Gen G, right? Energy have yet to lose to them, to my knowledge. Energy is the best team in North America. But I do think Gen G's going to take a game, so we're going to go with an Energy 3-1 here, just to start this off. See, this is one I don't really know where to rate, right? Falcon Secret. I feel like this Secret team is better than people give them credit for, KV1 Mata and Swift. And I feel like Falcons have not been as dominant as they should have been. I mean, Twisted Minds did win a regional. I feel like you can't not have Falcons here, right? I mean, Carmine Energy Falcons are like pretty unanimous 1-2-3 seed right now. So we're gonna go with a 3-0. I'm sorry, I don't believe in Secret. I'm just gonna be honest, right? Not right now, not against Falcons. Now, Vitality has been a team that's been a little bit underwhelming, while Twisted have gone and won a regional. If you have not been paying attention in MENA, Twisted actually has Rise and Atomic now from EU, and then obviously they have Nupo. So we got like a 2/3 EU roster with Nupo, who's one of the best players in the world, against Vitality, which is Zen Exotic and Monkey Moon. But Vitality have just not looked that good, right? I think first off, Nupo and Zen playing each other on LAN in the first series of Swiss, wow, right? If you know, you know. They got some beef, right? This is going to be pretty interesting, but I'm going to go with an upset here, guys. I'm going to go Twisted in Game 5. This might catch some people off guard and might have some people like, whoa, what are you doing? I don't know, man. I feel like Nupo's really good. Rise is one of the most iciest players on LAN. Atomic kind of worries me on the Twisted side of things, but he's been pretty solid. But most of all, I think it's going to go to Game 5 regardless. And I just think Rise is going to have the ice. I just called him Rice because Rise ice, you know. But I think Rise is going to have that ice, and I think Twisted is going to take this one. Furia Chiefs, I'll keep it quick. 3-1, right? I am a Furia fan. I think Jaffinho's super underrated. Yan, I think, is one of the scariest players to play against in the entire world. Chiefs did pick up Raziers, right? If we go to Wikipedia, we can check out Chiefs. Hunter Fiber Raziers, right? This team kind of had to sneak in there to begin with, right? There was a pretty big race going on in OCE for that last spot. And I just don't have confidence that they're going to be able to take down Furia. I think Furia is a top 6 team at this major. And I think they're just going to wipe the floor with Chiefs. I'm sorry. Now, I think Dignitas Complexity is going to be the closest series on LAN for this first round. I think Twisted Vitality and Dignitas Complexity are going to be the only 2 Game 5s. And I'm sorry, Jack, but I have you moving through. For those who don't know, me and CRR have a long and intensive beef. If you thought I was voting CRR to beat apparently Jack, you need to click off this video. I'm sorry. But even emotions and everything out of the way, I don't know. I've heard good things about Dignitas. I know that they've been doing well in scrims. I think Diaz having his first land is going to give him some nerves there, especially with how young he is. But this is going to be a really good and close series, and I'm actually pretty excited to watch it. All right, now we got NA2 seed Ultimates versus APAC 1 in Luminosity. This one will be, this one should be a clean sweep. I'm just going to be honest. I think APAC as a region is still kind of weak. I mean, the Luminosity team is literally a melting pot of 4 different regions pretty much. Or 4 different countries, I should say. We got Sphinx, Sosa, Catalysm, and Mektos. Malaysia, Canada, and Germany, and then obviously the USA for Mektos. Just, you got so much going on there, which is cool. It's kind of cool to see the inclusion. I could sit here and talk about import rules for a while, and we still haven't even gotten to the foot team yet. But I just can't, in good faith, have this team taking a game off First Killer, who's one of the best players in the world, if not. So we're going to go with a nice little sweep here for Ultimates, and they will move on. If GK drop a game to Foot, I'm not talking to any of them ever again. I'll be quick with this, right? If you don't know, Foot is the Sub-Saharan African Wow. Foot is the Sub-Saharan African representers. Well, you might be looking at their team and be like, where's the SSA players, right? These guys are all Spanish. Long story short, if you have not paid attention at all, pretty much the entire SSA region has been kind of just overrun by EU players. It's kind of sad. So we won't really have any actual SSA representation. I know that the SSA players hate it. I know everyone kind of hates it. I think Foot is pretty unanimously like the least liked team in this event. I think when they announced them, they got ratioed on Twitter. It's just, I don't know, man. But most importantly, GK literally just won a regional in EU, the hardest region in the world, and Foot is in the worst region in the world. And if they played in EU, they'd be what, like a 24-32 seed? So it's like EU 4 versus EU 30 something, maybe EU 20. You just have to go GK. Okay, Carmine versus Twisted Minds. This one's gonna be pretty interesting. I do, like, listen, right? As much as I want to vote against Carmine, I can't. I'm gonna go 3-1. I don't think this is gonna be as close as Twisted's first series of Vitality, right? They barely sneak past Vitality, but Carmine wiped the floor with Vitality, right? Carmine will, at the very least, be... They'll be probably minimum top 4. I think, like, if you have Carmine anything less than top 4, I just think that's kind of crazy. But I'll keep it quick here because I just think Carmine's going to wipe the floor, right? I think Swiss is where they're going to dominate. And then when it goes to that final bracket, where it's only top 8 single elim, I think that's where they're going to fall. Sorry, correction. I know it's not, like, exactly like a top 8 single. It is top 8, but it's, like, different. Like, when they're in here, right, in the semifinals, I think that's where things are going to get tricky. Because, obviously, they can't lose out in the upper finals. Energy GK, once again, I just think Carmine and Energy, like, if you don't have them moving through, like, this easily, I'm sorry. I just think you're wrong. I will give GK the benefit of the doubt. I do think they're going to have a good fight. They're going to take it to 5. It doesn't really matter that much for Swiss. As long as Energy get the win, that's really all that matters. But GK has some fight in them, right? I mean, we saw them win a regional and wheel their way into this major. I don't even know how they're here. No one does. So I'm not discrediting GK in any way. I just think Energy are just that good. Falcons Ultimates. Sorry, Chronic. Sorry, LJ. Sorry first. You guys got next round, right? I'm going with 3-1. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm going with 3-0. You know, I'm gonna disrespect him. I'm gonna do a little bit of just a tad bit of disrespect. Falcons are good. Falcons are very good. I'm a believer in the Falcons. I really am. The Twins, the Tier K. I mean, they're just scary, right? We just have to go with the Falcons win. No upset here in the 1L. We're going to go Furia 3-1. I think Dig actually is a... You know what? I'm going to go 3-2, actually. I'm going to change that. I think Dig does have a chance of winning, but I think Yan he's got the ice. Every time Land comes around, that's when Furia starts to get talked about because they come out there and they strike. When Furia was here in NA, they weren't that impressive, but ever since they've been back to SAM, they've been very, very impressive on lands, in my opinion. So I'm excited to see what they have. Any round with Foot in it is pretty much just going to be that, right? Once again, same logic with GK. It's like Vitality's like, what, 2 seed in EU? Foot would be the 20, 30th seed. You can't not have Vitality sweeping. I mean, I think the only team that Foot could beat would be Luminosity. Maybe Chiefs. I feel like Chiefs are probably better than Luminosity, right? It's hard. I actually haven't watched much APAC. I don't know how much to gauge Luminosity, but Foot's the worst team in this tournament, respectively. Someone's got to be 0-3. We're not even at that round yet, but yeah. This one's actually pretty interesting. Wildcard Luminosity, I think, will be a close series. I'm going to give it to Wildcard, because Wildcard's actually a really, really good team. No, I'm going to do 3-1, not 3-2. I am going to give it to Wildcard, but I think Luminosity will put up a little bit of a fight. They're going to take a game, but I mean, Wildcard were able to take down Gen G at last World's, First Killer, Chronic, and Appjack. I mean, they should be able to take down Luminosity. Now, this is a horrible round to look at if you're a Retals fan. Gen G versus Complexity in 0-1 is insane. Guys, as much as I hate CRR, I think Complexity have been the better team overall this season. And I'm going to have to give it to them. I think it's going to go to 5. I think it's going to be close, but I don't know. I truthfully, in my heart, right, I'm not letting my feelings dictate my choices. And I just hate to admit it. I think CRR, sure, he gets it over the line, at least in this round. So Gen G will have a good bounce back here, but they are going to go down 0-2, sadly. Chiefs versus Secret. These are two teams that I don't have much of an opinion on, man. This is tough. I could just say upset alert just for the fun of it, you know? You know what? Let's do it, man. Let's have some fun, right? Let's do an upset alert, right? This one's really tough, dude. See, it's like the SAM 2 and the OCE 2. It's like, I think the ones are so clear of everyone else. Like, Fury is so much clearer Secret. Wildcard's so much clearer Chiefs. It's just tough. Carmine versus Falcons. This is a good one. I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. But do I think Carmine loses this? You know what? I do. I think Falcons are going to go 3-0. I think Carmine... I was about to say, why was Carmine colored? I think Carmine is going to lose this in Game 5. I think Turk's going to go out there. He's going to have some fun. He's going to do some crazy stuff, and he is going to win that in Game... You know, I'm going to call it a game score, right? You guys can come back to this video. 4-2 in Game 5 for Falcons. Come back to this when that happens, and you can say, wow, Flitz, you do know ball. I know. Fury Energy. I'm not going to go with the energy loss. This is going to be a good series as well, but it's going to be a 3-1 for Energy. They're going to get in there. They're going to take care of business. That is America's Saviors right there. If anyone has a chance of winning a land for NA, it's going to be Energy, and they're going to be moving on, going 3-0. Dignitas Fatality. This one's weird. They do have a match history. I'm actually going to pull that up. Yeah, I mean, so they've played twice. Vitality won in the best of 5. Dig won in the best of 7. I just think, like, the way I see it is when it comes down to it, when you're on LAN, right, when you're putting your money on someone to win, it's gonna be Zen, right? You're not gonna bet against Zen, especially in this. You can't not have Monkey Moon and Zen beating Jack Jories and Stizzy, and that's not even a diss to Dignitas. I just think Monkey Moon and Zen are two of the best players to ever play on LAN. So we're going to go with 3-1 here, just like it happened in that one best of 5 that we just looked at in Event 1. Vitality will be getting the dub. Twisted Complexity. This is a series I want to see. This is a series I want to see. Nupo versus CRR. I want to see them duke it out. I got beef with both of them. I don't have beef with either of them. CRR kind of hates me, but I don't know. These are two teams that, like, I really want to see in the international stage. Like, I know how good Complexity has been, but I want it, like, Twisted, I'm really excited to watch. But I think Twisted's going to win this. Let's go with a 3-1 as well. I don't want to put that in Game 5. I think it very much... You know what? I am going to put that in Game 5. I think that's going to be fun. But just once again, I think Rise is still one of the ICS players out there. I mean, the fact that they were able to beat Falcons in their own region is really, really impressive. Ultimates Chiefs, I'll keep it quick. Chronic, First Killer. Not Jack, because he's not on this team anymore. Do get the revenge against OCE 2. They get the dub, 3-0. I probably should make that a little bit more interesting, considering they lost to 2 OCE teams at Worlds, but... I just don't think that's going to happen again. I think especially with the addition of LJ, one of the best land performers for NA. It's just going to be nice. GK Wildcard's going to be a fun one. I'm going to go against them. I'm going to give it to Wildcard. Nick's going to watch this. Nick, their coach, is going to watch this and yell at me. But why not, right? You know, let's have some fun, right? Let's have some fun. I think Wildcard's going to take down GK there in a little Game 5 thriller. Wildcard is a good team, guys. Power has gotten some good talent in Wildcard there. 3-0, I'll keep it quick. Gen G. You are sweeping foot. That is probably the safest. If any series I am the most confident in is going to occur, it is this. I think Gen G sweeping foot is very guaranteed. It's kind of unlucky that Foot drew Gen G in this bracket. If they played Secret or Lumen, I think Foot actually could have a chance. But I think Gen G is like... It's just kind of unfortunate this is how the bracket went. You know? Like, they're a good team. They're a good team. Gen G could get a top 8. I really think that. So the fact that they're 0-2 in my bracket right now, sorry, Retals, you're making a run, don't worry. But, yeah, I mean, they're just going to run here, right? Secret Lumen is another weird one because I really don't know where to gauge them. I think historically, though, Sam over APAC is not that unheard of. I think it's I think it's pretty fair and pretty safe. So we're going to go with Secret here. We're going to go with the Secret 3-1. I don't know what to expect from Lumen. I haven't watched much APAC. The only thing that I'm going off of is the fact that I know that Secret is Sam too. And I know that Secret and Sam have much more competition than APAC does. So I'm going to go with them there. Carmine Vitality. I'll keep it quick. Carmine owns Vitality. That's a 3-0. Did they not play? Yeah, they didn't play each other already. Vitality in round of 5. That's going to be interesting. Fury a wild card. This is going to game 5. Fury gets the win. We'll make it easy. Twisted Ultimates. Wow, that is a... Dude, like, I want to see these matches happen. I really do. That's going to be a thriller. We're going to move Ultimates on, though. I really want to see that happen. I want to see Twisted play Ultimates. That sounds like a fun series, dude. Twisted is such a wild card team. No pun intended with wild card right above them, but... I don't know where to put them. Like, they have such peak potential. Like, Nupo genuinely can 3v1. He can 3v1 anyone. I actually believe that. That's just, wow. I really want to see that happen, guys. But we're going to go with Ultimates there in the Game 5. They're going to have the ice. They're going to get that Game 5 win. Game 5 OT, 4-3. First killer scores a game-winning double. Come back to this video when that happens. We got the 1-2 here. Dig is beating Secret. Let's not get it twisted. I'm going with the sweep. I think Dig is, they're just going to wipe the floor of Secret there. GK Complexity, someone's run ends here. And it's going to be GK's. I'm sorry, I don't want to do it. I don't want to vote against y'all, but like, I'm sorry, GK. It's hard to vote y'all in after your first 2 regionals were really scary and really poor. And you sneak in with the greatest run that anyone has ever seen. But if you have to have the greatest run that anyone's ever seen to get in, to just barely get in, like, I just can't have that much confidence in you right now. Maybe if Oli switches to Batmobile, I could see y'all winning this. But I'm going to have to give it to Complexity. And I hope GK proves me wrong. Me and CRR, like I said, we've been beefing for 25 years. So I would like to be proved wrong, but going off instinct, going off what I know from these teams, I don't think I can. Keep it short and sweet for Gen G. We're going to go a little 3-1 here. Gen G, like I said, they have the potential to make a top 8. Super good team. They're not going to be losing to Cheese. Finally, we are on to the last round over here. This 2-2. Oh, shoot. Unlucky for Gen... We're going to do that last, because that's going to be the best one. Let's do the easy one first. None of these are easy. These are all pretty good matchups. We're gonna go Dig, though. Guys, I don't know what to do. Do I say that Jack is going to lose, knowing that someone will probably tell Jack that Flitz had him losing? Yeah, I think I am. Let's make it interesting, right? See, I say let's make it interesting, but truthfully, as I'm sitting here and thinking about this, I actually think Wildcard is a good team. And I know they're going to come out there and surprise a lot of people. They've been doing this for the past 3 or 4 events where everyone's like, it's OCE. No one cares. They're not that good. And then they go out and get some really good wins. People are like, damn, that's a good team. Region's still all right, but that's a good team. I think no matter what, this is going to be a good series. Stizzy kind of worries me a little bit because he has a little bit of land and experience. I think Jorge's and Jack will be fine, but Power's a good team, dude. They know what they're doing. They can challenge right. Torsauce has been doing this for way too long, man. Can we talk about that for a second? Torsauce is like 50. Not actually, but he feels like he's 50. So shout out to him. Vitality, Complexity. I'm not putting CRR any further. You've done enough damage. You've hurt me enough. Your run ends at 2-3. Once again, it's kind of the same as before of like, I just don't think you can vote against Zen and Monkey Moon. Not on land, not on stage. We're going with Vitality here in a best of 5 thriller. Zen scores the game-winning flip reset to go up 2-0 with 13 seconds left. Come back to this video when it happens. Wow, Flitz, you know ball. Twisted Gen G. Guys, this hurts. This really does. I just don't... Can I put Gen G beating Twisted? I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. I feel like, dude, Twisted are sneaky good. Twisted are sneaky good. I don't think I could live with myself if I didn't have Twisted in my top 8 right now. I believe in them too much. I don't know why. I'm not huge fans. I'm not the biggest Snoopo fan in the world. I'm not the biggest Rise fan. I'm not the biggest Atomic fan. I just believe in them. They have something there, you know? Sometimes in your gut, you can just tell. And I think if I don't go with my gut feeling here, I'm going to regret it. We're going with the Twisted 3-1, guys. That is my finalized Swiss. Tell me right now what you guys think of my Swiss down in the comments. Call me an idiot. Call me a genius. I want you guys to let me know what you think about this Swiss right here. All right? Let me know what you guys think. Yeah. And also, huge shout out to Cody, by the way. Cody, at Cody VRL on Twitter for making this and making this interactive and everything. Huge shout out to him. He does this for all the events. So go follow him on Twitter if you haven't already. All right, guys, with the Swiss complete, you can see over here the participants, all the placings. But we're on to the main event, guys. We are on to the real deal. Falcons Furia, Energy Carmine, Ultimate Wildcard, Twist of Vitality. What's going on? Let's start off with these lower rounds, right? Ultimate Wildcard, Twist Vitality. I think that's a good place to start. See, here's the thing, right? I want to start with Twist Vitality because I've twisted beating Vitality in the Swiss. But I don't think it's going to happen twice. Lightning does not strike twice. Lightning does not strike twice. I had to really lock in for that. We're going with the 4-2 with the Vitality here. All right. I mean, it's the same logic that I've been using this whole time. It's like, how much can I really count against Monkey Moon and Zen? Okay. I think Zen's going to have the last laugh with this little Nupo Zen beef thing, you know, that people are trying to make happen. But we'll see, right? I've got Vitality. If you've got Twisted, let me know down in the comments. Ultimate Wildcard. As ironic and comical as it would be to see Wildcard beat Ultimates, aka Power beat Gen G again, I just don't think I could do that. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it will, especially in a best of 7. I think it's possible that Wildcard gets the edge, maybe goes up 2-1, 3-1. But I'm going to have a 4-2 here as well. I'm going to have Ultimates moving forward. I'm going to change that to a 4-1. Not that it matters, but I think Ultimates are going to move on there. Up to the upper brackets, let's do Energy Carmine, because I think this is like something that's going to be super interesting to look at. As much as I hate to admit it, man, I think I have Carmine winning. I think Carmine's going to win that first matchup. It's going to be Game 7, right? Like, there's just no doubt in my mind it's not going to be Game 7. But it's going to be Energy Carmine. Carmine's going to win. It's going to be Game 7. Energy's going to have the bounce back of a lifetime in lowers, but that's what's going to happen. I'm sorry, right? You guys are going to hate me. Wow, Flitz, you hate North America. You hate your country. No, I'm a realist. Falcons Furia, I feel like this is cinema every time this happens, and dude, I don't know why I believe in Furia. I really don't know why I believe in Furia. I believe in them a lot. I really believe in them a lot, and I think they're going to win. I think this is going to be a 4-2. You guys are going to be like, Flitz, what the hell are you doing? What are you talking about? Every time that Furia comes on the land, they have some crazy result, some crazy upset that everyone's like, whoa, I didn't know they could do that. I thought they were washed. Every time, man. I swear. I don't know. For me personally as a player, I just have so much, like, when a LAN happens in Furia boot camps, all 3 of them get top 10 and 2s. Trevino becomes a god. Yan's always a god. And Lost gets his too. Like, I don't know. Falcons have also historically struggled to get that win. They did get that FIFA E win, which was cool, but they're yet to do it in majors. So I think that some sort of a choke job might be going down. I don't know. It's going to be tough. Because I think Falcons are a better team than Furia. I do think Falcons are a better team than Furia. But that's the thing, guys, is upsets happen, right? If I'm sitting here and just going off standings and having the higher seed win every time, there's going to be a boring-ass bracket, boring-ass video. Right? Let's spice things up. But also, this is what I believe is going to happen. Like I said, I think Furia is I think Falcons are a better team, but I think Furia is still going to get the win. Energy versus Vitality. Zen versus Beast Mode and Daniel. Monkey Moon versus Atomic. Exotic is there too, I guess. Oh, dude, neither of these teams should be going out 5th through 6th. Neither of these teams should. But someone's got to, right? And it's going to be Vitality. 4-3. Energy is going to be fighting for their life, but they're going to move on through. And I just, dude, like, this is so tough because all of these teams in here I really rate so highly. It's just really, really difficult to put these guys in certain places. You know, like I said, I rate all these guys super highly. But with that being said, Falcons 4-0. No, I'm just kidding. I do think Falcons are going to win this, though. I think Ultimate's run will stop here at the 5-6, which is nothing to be ashamed about. But I don't know. I think the Twins and Turk are a complete team after they lose to Furia. They're going to get their shit together. They're going to focus up, and they're going to take down the Ultimates. And I'm going to do it with a 4-2 is where I'm going to go there. Guys, we have gotten our top 4. Carmine Falcons, Furia Energy. We'll start off sweet. Furia is losing to Energy. Energy make it on to the finals. Energy with a nice little 4-1. Not too much stress, right? Not too much stress. Carmine versus Falcons. This is going to be the series of the tournament. For some reason, whenever tournaments like this happen, it's always in the semis or the quarters where you'll see the most insane, like, beautiful series that you've ever watched in your life. It's going to be this one. It's going to Game 7. It's going to be a 4-minute, 37-second overtime. 4-minute, 30-second, 7 overtime. And a mid-air pre-jump, air dribble bump passing play, right? Turk gets the ball. He touches it up. He gets another touch. He goes for an air dribble bump. Clears, comes out of nowhere, goes for the double. And it's saved by a towel. But guess who's there to put it back? Rawas. Falcons win. Oh, I hit the wrong button. 4-3. They move on to the finals. Falcons versus Energy. Grand finals. Flitz, you know ball. I'm going to see a lot of comments. Comment right now, Flitz, you know ball. Or Flitz, you're an idiot. One of the two. That better be the entire comment section. Guys, we've seen Falcons Energy before. This is not a series we haven't seen before. And like I said, Falcons Carmine is going to be the series of the tournament. But this one's going to be a thriller too. It's going to Game 7, and we all know who's bringing it home. Right? Like, who would have it any other way? I mean, even if Energy did play Carmine here, Energy would not take him down. I think if Energy plays Carmine, they're going to lose. But yeah, I think if Energy plays Carmine, they'll probably lose. But I think in this bracket, they're not going to play Carmine, except obviously here in the upper finals. And if they can avoid him, I think they're just going to walk on home. I really think the only team that can beat Energy is Carmine right now. But yeah, guys, that is going to be my major prediction video. And before I end this video, let's do a little 1v1 action. Who do I think is going to win? Moxie versus Yan. Truth be told, I'll be quick on this one. As much as I would love to see Yan win and then Diaz win the NA rep and see Brazil versus Brazil on the world stage for absolutely no reason, Moxie has literally like trained his whole life for this, and to not have him winning would just be like cruel. Let's do a 4-3. Let's make it really, really intense for no reason. But I think Moxie's going to win that. The French do come home at least with one trophy. Shout out Gentlemates. And yeah. Guys, that is my prediction video. Let me know down in the comments who you have winning. Let me know how smart or how stupid you think I am. I'm curious, guys. Regardless, I should be streaming this. Link will be in the description if you want to check out my Twitch. I really appreciate the support. And yeah, if this is the type of videos you guys like to see, let me know in the comments. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.